Weather Extra starts right now.
Welcome in, everyone. It's time for First Alert Weather Extra. I'm First Alert meteorologist Tania Michelle. We want to get right to it. We're tracking some stormy conditions in our western counties. Here's a live look at some heavy rain coming down in Lamar County. This is near the Vernon area. Temperatures in the 60s, but it's still pretty breezy. That's going to be one of the main impacts area-wide as this cold front sweeps through. As we look, all the severe weather is really just north of central Alabama, but we're still seeing some heavy rainfall in Marion County, just over and has now passed Hamilton. Some torrential rain, maybe a few lightning strikes. You might hear some thunder. This is heading towards the Brilliant area, eventually Haleyville, and moving into Winston County within the next hour or so. The heaviest of the rain is now past Detroit in Lamar County and now moving towards the Guin area and parts of Fayette County. And I want to just zoom out and show you the big picture because East Alabama is dry right now. You guys haven't seen the main line of storms just yet, not until late tonight, closer to around 8 p.m., 9 o'clock tonight. But heavy rainfall moving through Fayette, Pickens County, and North Sumter County. But we'll continue to track this over the next several hours. The big story area-wide will be those winds. They're gusting up above 30 miles per hour in Marion and in Winston County right now. 28-mile-per-hour wind gusts there in Fayette, 29 in Pickens County near the city of Aliceville. That tornado watch is in effect until 9 o'clock tonight, including Coleman, Winston, Walker, Marion, Lamar, Fayette, Tuscaloosa, Pickens, Sumter, and Greene County. I'm expecting many counties to be trimmed away from this watch a lot sooner than 9 o'clock tonight, but our gusty winds will be the main impact area-wide, but we still cannot rule out a brief or isolated tornado. The good news is I'm seeing many of those storms behaving, not a whole lot of energy with them, not a whole lot of lightning, just some gusty winds. But again, that watch in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. Pea-sized hail and gusty winds will be our main impacts throughout this evening, and we're looking a lot colder by Friday and even colder by Saturday morning heading into your weekend. We're going to walk through the full 10-day forecast coming up a little later right here on First Alert Weather Extra, but I want you to check this out. Well, that was a giant tree falling onto a car. This happened yesterday morning in Canby, Oregon. That's about 30 minutes south of Portland. Rain had just arrived home from work the rain had just arrived when someone had pulled up to his home, and he was able to pull out his phone to record gusty winds moving through his neighborhood. And that's when he captured the tree falling onto his roommate's car. Rain says the tree missed him by just a few feet. See, his name is Rain. That tree also took out a power line, leaving the home without power for a few hours. We have much more on the storms impacting multiple states with high wind and heavy rain a little bit later right here on First Alert Weather Extra. Welcome back in, everyone. I just want to give you some updates. We're tracking showers and storms in West Alabama right now. I want to zoom on in here and give you a closer idea on where some of the heavy rain is coming down at. Hackleburg, giving you the first alert all the way towards Burin in Marion County. If we keep moving further down near Pikeville, expect some heavy rain moving into your area very soon within minutes. Guin, if you're in Fayette County, there's also some heavy rain tracking further east. You can expect that to move into the Winfield, Tucker, Brookside, and Brilliant area within the next 60 minutes or so. And as we zoom down and move further down on our First Alert AccuTrack satellite and radar, none of this has quite hit Tuscaloosa County just yet, but we are watching it very closely. Moving through the Fayette County area, I just want to zoom out. Okay, so here's Fayette County, some of that heavier rainfall just south of the city of Fayette. Not quite hitting Berry just yet. Much of the rain has moved through the farthest western portions of Lamar County. It's already passed over Vernon. So if you're in the Vernon area, the heaviest rain has already moved through you. The main line of storms starting to head towards the Reform area in Pickens County, also towards Carlton and Aliceville, and seeing some of that heavy rainfall in North Sumter County. But again, this has not even hit Tuscaloosa County, so we'll keep an eye on that. Eventually this will, and it's going to cross I-65 closer to around 7 to 8 p.m. tonight, and then eventually moving into our far eastern counties. But we're watching it for you. A reminder that tornado watch is in effect until 9 p.m. this evening, with our main impact being gusty winds. I say that our tornado threat is so low, but it's still not zero. So we just want to make sure that we're keeping you well informed and safe throughout the evening tonight. That tornado watch in effect for Marion, Winston, Coleman County, Lamar County, Fayette, Walker, Tuscaloosa, Pickens County, Sumter, and Greene County. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive weather information. A great tool to always have on standby is our First Alert weather app. Go ahead and take out your mobile device, scan this QR code. You're going to be able to download this because after First Alert Weather Extra is over, I'll be sending updates on the hour through our First Alert weather app, and I want you to receive them. So make sure you take the second that I'm giving you, 1, 2, and 3. Scan this QR code and download that app. The biggest threat for this evening, again, will be the wind gusts, and I just want to briefly walk you through what those wind gusts could look like. This is into Friday morning. Let's take it back here. I want to show you what winds will possibly look like throughout this evening. They'll be topping 20 miles per hour. Some areas could see 30, maybe even 40 mile per hour wind gusts throughout the night tonight. Here's 7 o'clock, 28 mile per hour wind gusts there in Coleman County. Continue to fast forward it here. It's going to be gusty and breezy throughout the night tonight until that main line and that cold front moves through our area. But usually in the week leading up to Christmas, ski resorts in the western United States are bustling with skiers and snowboarders. But this year, with snow totals down, so are the crowds. But a storm system moving through the area is bringing hope and hopefully some visitors. Connor McGill has the story.
The magic carpet at Palisades Tahoe currently the only option for skiers and snowboarders to get on the snow. For some, this is a holiday trip to the Sierra, just not the winter scene they were hoping for.
We're here for a whole week, hoping to get some snow, but nothing so far.
The lack of snow was hard to miss, and for many visitors, it's a big change.
In years past, I'm used to coming up here during Thanksgiving time, opening weekend, and there being a ton of snow, getting some good laps in with my girlfriend, but this year we came up and all that's open is the magic carpet.
Patrick Lacey with Palisades Tahoe says the slow start to winter is not uncommon, but one they're watching closely.
So really, we can expect this to happen about every 4 years, a bad start to the winter. But ultimately, there's been winters that have had a really low start, but a crazy amount of snow in January and February.
For now, the challenges remain real. Limited terrain, fewer lifts, and questions about when conditions will turn around. So California's largest resort facing challenges of their own with the lack of snowfall.
Yeah, ultimately, we are trying to get some more online this weekend. With these colder temps, we are going to be able to produce a little bit more snow to get a few more lifts open.
Visitors are also hoping for a white Christmas.
This is super concerning. I would have expected there to be a lot more snow by now, or at least for a couple lifts to be open. But looking at the mountain right there, there's literally no snow.
And to make their season passes worth it in the end.
I mean, obviously it's super concerning that there's not snow this time of year, but I have faith that we're doing everything that we can and that this won't be a problem in the future.
Sierra Resorts anxiously waiting for weather to turn their way.
What we can do is just kind of hope and pray that the temps will be low enough for these next storm cycles.
Well, not the news you want to hear right before the holidays. The cost of keeping your house nice and warm is going up again this year. We'll tell you how much extra it's going to cost you to keep nice and toasty.
Explore the wonders of weather with Weather in the Classroom. Scan the QR code now to help your kids soar to new heights with Soar with 6.
Welcome back in, everyone. You're watching First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Tania Michelle, and we are tracking some storms in far west Alabama. Marion moving through Fayette County, moving out of Lamar County, moving through Pickens County, and now moving into Sumter County. Let's zoom on in and get some closer truth on what exact roads that this heavy rainfall is at. If we zoom on in here near the Bryn area, it looks like the heaviest of rainfall has now moved past Bryn in Marion County on and along County Road 48, 189, County Road or State Highway 129 and County Road 147. If you're near those areas, giving you the first alert for some torrential rain. But the good news is, look further up here. How many lightning strikes? 0. Not a lot of energy with this line of rain and storms moving through our far northwestern counties, which is good news for us because the storms are behaving very disorganized. As we zoom further south, you can see that there's still some pockets of heavy rainfall. And this is what I want you to be careful with, because if you're out on those roadways, visibility will be very low. Near the Winfield area, a little pocket of heavy rainfall in that zone. County Road 39, State Route 107 and County Road 135. There's some heavy rain in that area as well. And not seeing any lightning with that. So that's some good news. You're not going to see any lightning. You're not going to hear any thunder unless we see it here. I'm not seeing any lightning near the Bluff area or Pea Ridge, just some torrential rain. This is also towards Piney Grove Church. So if you're familiar with that landmark, there's some heavy rain in that area. If you can get off the roads just for maybe the next hour or so, you can wait till all this passes through, and it will be a lot safer to be out and about. As we zoom on further south, seeing some heavy rain near the Kennedy area. Earlier, I said Reform. It's Reform in Pickens County. That's where the heavy rain is heading towards. If we zoom on in here, I want to get this camera view a little steady so that it's not too annoying to your eyes. But here's Reform, 3rd Avenue Southeast. It looks like the bulk of the heavy rainfall is just south of Reform, near State Route 17 and 21st Avenue Southwest. I believe that's a neighborhood in that area. But I have some really good news. I mean, we're not seeing a whole lot of lightning with this. We're going to keep a very close eye on it. I do want to remind you that a tornado watch is in effect until 9 p.m. and I'm expecting counties to be trimmed away way sooner than that. Our main impact area wide will be those gusty winds, and that tornado threat remains very low. Well, weeks of rain are causing big problems not just here, but the Pacific Northwest and Washington. Flooding is widespread, and people affected in one city are putting part of the blame on the mayor and the city council. Maddie White with TV station King 5 has the story.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
A strong stench now lingers inside once beautifully decorated homes in Burlington.
Oh yeah, be careful, this is slippery.
On Friday, 8 feet of water filled these rooms.
I feel a lot of anger.
It's one of dozens of homes most impacted, right along the Gages Slough.
And there is more that they could be doing.
Kimber Gustin says litter in the slough is partially to blame.
It wasn't just trees. There are couches, cushions, mattresses, washers. People use it as a dumping zone.
And she isn't the only one.
So I might have had less damage in my house if it had drained down quicker.
At a town hall held this week,
the water almost immediately drained down when they went in and cleared the debris that was clogging the drain.
Burlington Mayor Bill Aslett got an earful.
I have never seen the city cleaning
from many angry neighbors.
The slough does work well. It's just that we were overwhelmed by the largest amounts of water that have ever entered the city of Burlington by a huge amount.
Is it the responsibility of the city to make sure that slough is doing what it's supposed to do?
To manage the pipes that are set up to be part of the surface water storm system, yes.
Mayor Aslett told King 5 Wednesday, quote, "Our teams are working around the clock to support affected residents, clear debris where appropriate, and restore services. While we remain focused on active response and initial recovery, I am not able to provide further comment."
The same storm system that caused flooding in Washington is also hitting Oregon very hard, specifically in Portland. High winds brought down dozens of trees, which caused widespread power outages, and it happened while most people were sleeping. John Adams has more details on this.
Residents across the city of Portland waking up and in some cases cleaning up on Wednesday after a strong storm moved through the area overnight.
Definitely surprised. Was not expecting to deal with this morning.
Near 33rd and Shaver in northeast Portland, Nicole Mangaramas was woken up around 1:30 a.m.
We heard a loud crash. My car alarm went off. Came downstairs to go take a look, and the tree branch was just resting right over the car.
The tree also took down a power line, but thankfully missed their house.
We got so lucky. The tree just got into the driveway, didn't touch the house. Obviously, like I said, our power's still on, so yeah, we got lucky.
The strong winds caused havoc across the city. On North Michigan in the Mississippi neighborhood, a large tree and power lines were down across the roadway. In Forest Heights, a tree was hanging across Northwest Miller Road. And in Southeast Portland, one neighborhood saw trees come down on numerous cars.
It's so awful. Awful for that car.
The storm once again waking residents up in the middle of the night.
We heard it last night. It was really, really loud. I thought it was a gunshot, honestly.
Even though his car was spared the worst of the damage, Marcos Caceros was left wondering how he would get to work after waking up with a tree on top of his vehicle.
This is pretty close for me. And these other cars, this other one down here is even worse. That smashed the whole front. And I know, hopefully I can make it to work, honestly.
Tens of thousands of PGE customers were in the dark for much of the day as crews scrambled to repair power lines.
We are working as quickly as we can to restore everyone's power. We're not going to stop till we've restored everyone's power, but we are going to do it safely.
It's not just Oregon that's being impacted by high wind. Thousands of people are without power in parts of Colorado thanks to strong winds. According to the National Weather Service, the Denver metro area had wind gusts that topped 60 miles per hour. The strong winds also led to a ground stop at Denver International Airport. Hundreds of flights were delayed. Parts of the foothills had gusts of over 100 miles per hour, and that's equivalent to a Category 2 hurricane. Meanwhile, firefighters in Yuma County are battling a fire that ignited amid the intense wind. It burned around 12,000 acres and damaged some homes and businesses. Well, the cost to heat your home is going up this winter. A report from the National Energy Assistance Directors Association shows we'll spend an average of $995 to heat our home from mid-November to March. That's up 9.2% from last winter. If you have electric heat, you'll spend an average of $1,223 this year. That's up more than 12% from last winter. The jump in prices come as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reports December average temperatures across the country will be much lower, than the past 10 years. Well, I do want to remind you that tornado watch is still in effect for our counties west of I-65. The following counties are included in the watch until 9 p.m. Coleman, Winston, Marion, Lamar, Fayette, Walker, Tuscaloosa, Pickens, Sumter, and Greene County. But the main impact will be those gusty winds. That tornado threat remains very, very low. And I have some good news. Not a whole lot of lightning with the rain and storms moving through central Alabama. There is a severe thunderstorm warning just north of Marion and Winston County. But I do want to show you what areas are still dealing with some gusty winds, some torrential rain, and maybe just a few lightning strikes. I want to zoom into parts of Marion County. There is a secondary line that seems to be bringing a few more lightning strikes into the far western portions of Marion County. But starting off near the White House area, Highway 129, some torrential rain for that area. This is heading towards Sunny Home, Highway 233, and Glen Marion in Winston County. So giving that first alert there. As we zoom in, you can see that secondary line may be sparking just a few stronger storms moving into far west Marion County near the Bexar area. Some heavy rain and maybe about 5 to 10 lightning strikes. I see just a few there, but we do need to watch it and we'll continue to monitor it, but not seeing any severe activity with that. Zooming back out, you can see where some of that more heavier and steadier rainfall is at, covering Fayette County, moving into Walker County, now entering the northern portions of Tuscaloosa County, but it looks like more light rain than anything. And then zooming down further south, looks like a few lightning strikes just in North Sumter County, North Greene County, just north of Highway 2059. I want to walk you through the next 24 hours here. We'll start to see more of the storms moving and crossing I-65, moving through the metro area, Jefferson County, between 7 and 9 p.m. Tuscaloosa, you can expect more of that heavier rainfall closer to 7 p.m. this evening, so within the next 20 minutes or so, or 10 minutes or so. And then as we fast forward here, here's 10 o'clock, moving into northeast central Alabama, Etowah County, Cherokee County, St. Clair County, far eastern portions of Jefferson, closer to 10 p.m. this evening. Here's 11 o'clock, and that line is out of here just around midnight. There's midnight into your early Friday. And you know what comes in after that cold front? Well, cold air. We're going to have a big drop in temperatures heading into your early Friday morning. Do not walk out the door without that heavy coat. This model I need to update, but temperatures starting off in the 30s, mid to upper 30s for most areas, but a few spots further to the north and west could be right at or near freezing. Highs Friday will struggle to reach 50 degrees, but there will be plenty of sunshine, so if you stay in the sun, it won't feel too bad. A big drop in temperatures between Friday and Saturday morning because we won't see a whole lot of clouds between Friday night and into your early Saturday, so temperatures could drop to the upper 20s for some areas. Take a look at overnight lows into your weekend. 27 in Walker, 28 in Pell City and in Anniston. It's going to be a cold start to the weekend, but the afternoon Saturday looks pleasant. Lots of sunshine, highs in the upper 50s, low 60s. A lot milder into early Sunday with some more clouds around. We could see a passing shower with highs in the low 60s. Staying in the low 60s as we kick off the first day of astronomical winter, December the 21st. And I believe that's actually supposed to be Sunday. My bad, guys. December the 21st is on Sunday. But we do have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day on Wednesday and Thursday. Highs in the 70s. It's going to be a very warm holiday season for sure. And as Santa is making his runs, I do want to show you the last day of our Advent calendar. December the 24th looks great. Santa's really going to need to take off his heavy coat when he delivers those gifts for our area Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Warm and dry. Again, highs in the 70s, a mix of sun and clouds. We may see a few more clouds around for Thursday, but I'm not seeing any rain, and we look dry and very warm beyond that 10-day forecast or beyond that 7-day forecast. Closer to 10 days out, looks like temperatures still hang on in the 70s with a mix of sun and clouds. Don't go anywhere though. We're going to be right back here taking a check on your radar. You're watching First the Weather Extra. We'll be back after this short break.
You're watching WBRC 6 News, Alabama Broadcasters Association's Station of the Year.
Well, welcome back in, everyone. We are certainly watching the showers and storms moving through our western counties. I'll keep you up to date through our First Alert Weather app. If we feel the need to do tops and bottoms, we'll certainly do that. But here's a final look at that 10-day forecast. We are looking a lot colder heading into early Friday morning. Do not leave the house without that coat. Highs struggling to reach the 50s, upper 40s for most areas. Lots of sunshine. Even colder early Saturday with a freeze possible. In some areas, overnight lows could drop to the upper 20s. Looking a lot warmer for your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and winter officially begins this upcoming Sunday. Well, how about this sunrise? Isn't that gorgeous? This is in Goldville, which is a small town in Tallapoosa County. Did you know the town of Goldville's town limits are circular? Well, now you do. Thanks to Susan Redding for sending that picture into us. Just beautiful. Another sunrise? Well, we actually went from sunrise and now we're going to the sunset. Check out this look at a sunset in Rimlap. Always good to hear from our friends in Blount County. Thanks to Kate Dixon for sending that picture into us. And a live look at our First Alert Sky Vision camera over Red Mountain. Have a wonderful evening, stay safe, and be sure to check that First Alert Weather app for weather updates on storms throughout this evening.